Yo, what up, everybody? It's your friendly neighborhood menace back like Hunter Biden's cook crack. So, I don't know what people were expecting to happen, but yet again, we have another man that was a black vigilante had to attack because he was performing the crime of being white in public. So let's take a look at this, man. This is absolutely insane. This guy's name is Jacob Couch. He is on life support right now, and there is a GoFundMe that is set up for him, and it's under his name, Jacob Couch. So the quartering started it.
An Alabama man visiting Tucson is clinging to life tonight. He was nearly decapitated by a man with a hatchet.
It happened while he was sitting at a bus stop. Can you imagine? And tonight we hear from his wife about the crazy scene. Ashley Bowerman has the story.
Kristen and her husband, Jacob Couch, have spent the last several months in Los Angeles, grieving and processing the loss of their son, Brooks, who died shortly after birth in May of last year.
This dude's kid died, and they're trying to just find some peace in their life. And they got to deal with this absolute lunatic. I'm sure these people are not used to these kinds of people.
Very intimate thing, losing our son.
The couple was heading back home to Alabama to be with their daughters, 15-year-old Ella and 13-year-old Grayson.
And we were coming home because we just couldn't get it together. Like, we just needed our family.
But a detour to downtown Tucson would turn Kristen's world upside down again.
I mean, I just don't, like, I'm still in shock.
Kristen was sitting next to Jacob at this bus stop on the corner of 6th and Broadway when he was hit in the back of the neck with a hatchet by a stranger.
Seeing your husband get almost decapitated and being the only one to help, like, it's hard.
Kristen spoke with us outside of Banner UM.
The fucking lunatic hit him so hard that he almost chopped his freaking head off and hit an artery from the back. Now, what do you think the perpetrator looks like? Take a guess.
Inside, the love of her life for over 11 years is in the ICU on life support. He's not expected to survive his injuries.
He had such a big heart and he cared for everybody.
We asked the family how they want the world to remember Jacob.
He was a very non-confrontational person. He wasn't aggressive. He was kind. He was so kind.
My brother is a sweet, sweet person. He had never hurt a soul. He would literally give the shirt off his back if you needed it.
Kristen says this about their trip, which was meant to help two wounded hearts.
We got to do a lot of the things that we wanted to do. I'm glad that we did, but it makes me wish we never left home.
So it's weird that the local news are like the only people talking about this. I don't know why this isn't getting more coverage. This is absolutely insane.
At Paris, a Tucson man being held on $1 million bond after a downtown Hatchet attack last week. KGUN 9's Maria Stobbs speaks to the victim's family, who just recently arrived
$1 million
here in Tucson.
bond. I wonder if it'll get
It was
reduced.
at this bus bench on Broadway and 6th where Tucson police say Jacob Couch was attacked by a man with a hatchet, and now his family is speaking out.
It was very traumatic, and there was a lot of blood.
After spending around 10 months in Los Angeles, Kristen and Jacob Couch, a married couple of 11 years, were on their way back to their hometown in Alabama until the unthinkable happened.
I can't remember the last time there's just been a baseless, like a senseless crime like this.
As they were waiting for the next bus in Tucson, Kristen says an unknown man started yelling at them.
I told the man we're leaving, and my husband bent down to, I guess, like, get our stuff, and he just came up behind him and just walked away.
A hit to the back of Jacob's neck with a hatchet, Kristen says, severing his artery, leaving him on life support.
It hurts knowing that I couldn't be there to protect him because he protected me for my whole life.
3 days after the attack, officers found the suspect, 25-year-old Daniel Michael. He's charged with aggravated assault with a dangerous instrument and causing serious physical injury, according to the probable cause statement. Now, both Kristen and David's younger brother Luke are hoping to bring light to who Jacob was.
He was such a sweet soul, such a good brother, such a good father, such a good husband. He didn't deserve this.
They say they hope a crime like this never happens again.
You don't go downtown at 10 a.m. with a hatchet and attack somebody, or you don't go down there with a hatchet and not go to cause trouble.
I just want people to remember how kind he was and to be rest assured that this was senseless.
I just don't want this man to walk free for something like this.
Michael has his first court hearing coming up later this month.
They don't want to show him. I'm going to have to dig a little deeper. Okay, I found it. It only took like 8 clips to find them actually show the suspect that was caught 3 days later.
Say Jacob said something back to the man, and that's when he hit Jacob in the neck with what Kristen believes was a machete-type knife. Jacob suffered a massive wound to his throat and bled profusely. He is not expected to survive his injuries.
Wash all that
The
blood.
injury cut the artery in the back of his neck in half. It went so deep that it hit his skull.
Video surveillance captured
There
the
he is.
suspect walking away
There he
calmly
is.
from the scene. After reviewing the footage, investigators were able to identify the suspect as Daniel Michael, seen here in court. 3 days after the incident, officers were able to locate Michael at his home. Documents say during a search warrant, investigators found a hatchet in his apartment as well as clothes worn during the incident. Documents say
This dude was so low IQ, he just had all the shit sitting there after he just committed a murder. Now listen to this.
Michael initially denied any involvement, but later admitted he had been drinking heavily and didn't remember anything. Records say the suspect then remembered confronting Jacob. Details as to what happened between the two men is still unclear.
If you're going downtown while you're drunk, carrying a large machete like that, you have no other intentions other than to cause harm to somebody.
An investigation is still underway to find out what exactly happened here. Was there an altercation? Who said what? We don't know those details yet, but regardless, Luke.
Yeah, I think we know what happened. I think we know that the dude was guilty of being white in public, and homeboy just lost it. And attacked him with a fucking machete. Now, this might shock some people, but this doesn't surprise me at all. The only thing that's surprising me is that it's just so rampant nowadays, and we just allow this to happen. You guys probably had multiple priors.
Says that this was a senseless act of violence.
Ever since I was a kid, that was my idol, and I always wanted to be just like him growing up.
Luke says his brother was his first hero. He never imagined their trip would turn into this. They're holding his memories close as they pray for a miracle.
That was Ashley Bowerman reporting. Michael is facing 2 counts of aggravated assault and is being held on $1 million bond. Documents say an additional homicide charge is expected. The family says the couple has 2 children. If you would like to help them, we have a link to their GoFundMe page on our website.
Well, let me know what you think, man. Of course, the dude was also going to be an astronaut as well. So that's what, 2, 3 astronauts off the street now? Yo, all right, whatever, dude. All right, peace out.